Hi everyone, welcome back. This is Miss Byrd. Today we're going to be talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. So a polynomial looks like this, where you have several terms, and here we're adding more terms to it. Those are polynomials. So to add polynomials, add like terms. You can use a vertical or horizontal format. Okay, so here it's saying find each sum. 5x squared plus 3x minus 7 plus x squared plus 2. So I'm going to show you two methods. The first one I'm going to show you is using a vertical format. Okay, so with the vertical format, you align your like terms vertically and then you add them. So we're going to go ahead and do that first. So we have 5x squared. Let me just switch my pen real quick. Plus 3x minus 7. And so when you add it vertically, you're going to line up your like terms. So right here we have x to the second power. So I'm going to line it directly below the x to the second power. Here we have plus 2, a constant. We're going to put it underneath this constant here. Okay, so we're adding the x squared and we're adding the 2 here. So we're going to go ahead and add vertically. So when you have 5x squared plus x squared, you end up with 6x squared. 3x is being added to 0, so you just bring it straight down. And then you have negative 7 plus 2, which is negative 5. And voila, there's our answer. We're done with adding our like terms because we don't have any other like terms to combine. So this is the answer. This is the sum of these two polynomials. Let's go ahead and move on to letter B. There was actually a typo, so I had to fix it here. This is supposed to say to the second power. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, since we're finding the sum, I'm going to go ahead and just move this out of the way. This is actually a second method to solving polynomials by adding or subtracting, and this is actually, I like doing it this way, using a horizontal format. That means you group like terms and simplify. So let me show you what I mean. I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite it. So we have negative 4x to the second power minus x plus 1, and all of this is being added to the other polynomial 2x to the second power plus 8x minus 9. Okay, so in order to add our two polynomials, what I would like for you to do is combine your like terms. So we're going to do that horizontally. So I'm going to look here at x squared, and I'm going to look for another x squared in the other polynomial, and I do have one right here. So that means we have negative 4x squared plus 2x squared. So it looks something similar to this. And since we have like terms, you can combine them. So negative 4 plus 2 ends up being negative 2x to the second power. So I already did this one and this one. Okay, so next I'm going to combine x to the first power. So I have negative x, and then here I have x to the first power, which is plus 8x. So when you combine these two, I have negative 1x plus 8x, which gives me positive 7x. So I'm done with this term and this term. And then I'm going to combine my constants. I have positive 1 being added to negative 9. So I have 1 minus 9. So different signs, you subtract, keep the sign of the bigger absolute value, so you end up with negative 8. So this is our final answer, negative 2x squared plus 7x minus 8. Okay, moving on to the next example. So now it says to subtract a polynomial, add its opposite. To find the opposite of a polynomial, multiply each of its terms by negative 1. So when you look at this one, you notice how that we are subtracting. It says find each difference. So I'm going to show you an easy way to do this. This negative, think of it as a negative 1, and we're going to distribute the negative 1 into each term following the negative. So I'm going to just ignore this for now, and I'm going to distribute my negative 1 into the whole polynomial back here. So I have negative times negative x to the third power. So I end up with positive x to the third power. And then negative times positive, I end up with negative 3x squared. And then negative times positive 4 is negative 4. Now I can bring this part down, the 6x to the third power minus 2x minus 5. So when I bring it down, I'm going to go ahead and combine my like terms. I have here x to the third power, here x to the third power. So you have 6x to the third power plus x to the third power, which is 7x to the third power. Okay, so next I'm going to combine, well, if I go in order by degrees, I have x to the third power, next is x to the second power. This is just x to the first. Here's x to the second power, this right here. So I have minus 3x to the second power. Now I'm going to look for x to the first power. Okay, so I'm done with this one. I'm done with this one. Done. And now we have negative 2x. So I just bring it down because I can't combine any like terms with it. So I'm done with this one. And now I have my constants. I have negative 5 minus 4. Negative 5 minus 4. Same sign. So you add them. Negative 9. So here's my final answer. This is my polynomial. That's the difference. Let's move on to letter B. Okay, so here again, we have a difference. So we're going to distribute the negative 1 into each polynomial. So I have here the distributive property right here. Actually, sorry, this is supposed to be right here. And then this right here. Okay, so this part, I'm just going to erase it because it looks a little funky. There we go. Right here. Okay. So usually they don't have the two integers like this, but that's okay. This just pretty much means minus 2x. Okay. So here I have a negative times 4x squared, which ends up being negative 4x squared. Negative times negative 2x is positive 2x. Okay, for those of you that are not sure what I did here, what this means is we have, let's see, a negative 1 times, when you have negative plus 2x like this, it's just pretty much negative 2x like that. Okay, so I just, negative times a negative is positive. Okay, and then I'm going to distribute negative times this negative 1, which is plus 1. Okay. So over here, I'm going to bring everything down. 5x squared plus 7x minus 3. Okay, so now we're going to combine our like terms. So I'm going to go in order by degree. I have 5x to the second power. I'm going to combine that with the negative 4x squared. So the 5 minus 4 is 1. It's positive. So I'm going to get rid of these. I'm done with that. Okay, so next is the 7x and 2x. I'm going to combine those. I have 7x plus 2x, and you end up with 9x. And then our constants have negative 3 plus 1, negative 3 plus 1, which is negative 2. So my final answer is x squared plus 9x minus 2. Okay, so that's it for these examples. I hope it helped. My name is Miss Byrd again, so thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.